So I'd just like to learn from you, like, how do we deal with shame, even though we are on our healing journey already, on the healing path, walking too fast through hell, basically. How do we deal with, the moment of shame that, that could just seep in from time to time?
We deal with it by knowing that a lot of these low vibration emotions are not real. They're just things that we've concocted up. We know from kind of quantum mechanics and some of the spiritual teachings that every moment is new. We are recreating every new present moment billions of times. We're shifting to new realities, but we're actually recreating the past from the present moment. And that's why some people on YouTube have been able to revise their past, because they revise it from the point of the present, because it's a long thing. But largely, I would say the first thing I would say is a lot of shame is rooted in thinking that people are thinking about you a lot more than they are, and they're not. People have their own stuff going on. They have their own lives. We think that we made a mistake and we were publicly humiliated, let's say. And we think that people are dwelling about it and gossiping about it, and they're probably not. I mean, if you think about the amount of time that a person talks about their favorite celebrity or favorite music artist, it may be once a week. So if you think that they're then talking about you once a week, probably not. So it's kind of the first step is really just getting over yourself, thinking that you're more important than you are, thinking about other people are dwelling about your life and thinking about you. And that's what we hold on to shame. Oh my God, I behaved in a certain way. I'm a bad person, people are thinking about me. Just the first step is just to think about, no, people are really not thinking about you as often as you think. And you kind of just have to let that go. And the second thing I would say is the way you counter shame is radical self-disclosure. That's what I did with my first podcast. You essentially put everything out there. You take the things that you're so ashamed about, that you're holding inside of you, that you're holding in your body, your fascia, your trauma, and you just put them out there. And it's scary at first. It's like jumping off a cliff, right? But you realize that once you do it, you release it, and you realize it was never as bad as you thought. It's like that job interview that you think is going to be so brutal, and you keep telling yourself it's going to be hard, and you keep telling yourself it's going to be difficult. But if you tell yourself that it's going to be great, and you tell yourself it's fine, that's what ends up happening. And it's the same sort of thing with shame. It's, if you tell yourself that it's a big deal, if you tell yourself that people care about shame, then you'll start to realize that that's just the story you've told yourself. And it's time to tell yourself a different story. And that's where I come from with that. And also, I just kind of at this point, I know I'm on earth for a limited amount of time. I don't know what I did in my past lives. I could have done much worse things. Have peace, and also this is an ephemeral experience that I'm enjoying, and I see it as an experience. I see life as an experience. Then I believe I will do thousands of more times, and I believe I've done it thousands of times before. And so I just try to have fun with it, and I don't get bogged down by shame. I try to behave like a 7-year-old. You ever watch a 7-year-old? They don't have an unconscious mind that's ruining their day. They just play. They say, I'm a princess today, and they get to go be a princess. And they don't worry about who thinks that they're a princess or that they're not a princess, or that the last time they were a princess, this happened, or if that's realistic. They play. And as we get older, we lose the ability to play. And so I try to just play. I try to enjoy life and be silly. And I try to live in an armored cocoon where this person doesn't like me, this person doesn't want to date me. I'm fine. You'll always be fine, right? You'll always be okay. It's just, you have to build that self-reliance, and you have to build that cocoon around you to say, I'm untouchable. And when you get there, then the peace comes over you. You're untouchable. You're
I'm untouchable, exactly.
You're going to say that today in the mirror. I'm untouchable.
Exactly. Mirror talk, basically. I'm telling myself, while brushing my teeth, hey, Toby, you're untouchable.
Honestly, it's true. You are untouchable.